Hey folks, here's the project finale. So I've got the case painted black, and you'll see I put the Fender logo right there, and you'll see it looks really nice against the gold. On the bottom there's a metal plate that goes up on the bottom. I also spray painted that black, and on the inside I glued a copy of the schematic. This way whoever works on this 60 years from now knows what kind of circuit's in there. So there's a schematic for the Model 5C3 glued inside as well. And let me flip it around so you can see the back. Okay, here's the back, and I've done a few things just for safety purposes. I put the amperage of the fuse, so it's a 2 amp fuse. I've also indicated that these are 8 ohm speaker outputs. That's going to be important as well. And you can see, looking through the grating, there's the tubes. Right? So let's fire it up and see what it looks like with all the lights in there. Be right back. Okay, let's put the power on. You see our dial lights on there. We'll give those tubes a chance to warm up. There you go. Alright, I'm going to power this down for a second and we'll wrap it up. So let's recap what we learned on this. So a few things for me. Before you take a project like this, make sure that you understand what your layout's going to be. I kind of jumped into it initially. Had that problem with the board being too close to the tubes, had to take it out, start over. So obviously before you jump into something like this, don't let your enthusiasm get the best of you. Plan it out a little bit better and then execute it. I also learned regarding the insulated shielded wires that you have to be very careful with those and make sure that you keep them away from tube sockets. That cost me 2 rectifier tubes. I learned that. And aside from that, I think the project was pretty simple. I did have some problems with the wiring of the inputs. For some reason on the schematic it wasn't clear to me what those inputs, how they were supposed to be wired. But I just studied the schematic and was able to get that done. And aside from that, I think it's a neat little amp. It's powerful, I can tell you that. Fender made some pretty good stuff, so the amp itself is going to work real well. I may bring it to practice this week and put it through the paces and use it for my bass this week and see how it goes, just to make sure it can hold up. And that's where we are. So my next project is going to be a little more interesting. So I have an old Atwater Kent 856. I actually have 2 of them. One has a really nice cabinet and a very, very clean chassis that's empty. And then I have an old one which is the cabinet's missing a piece of wood and the chassis is rusted beyond belief. So I think what my next project is going to be is I'm going to turn that radio into an amplifier. So I'm going to have a combo amp basically. So I'm going to take the chassis, I'm going to put in 8-pin octal tubes, and I'll turn it into an amp. I don't know which one yet. I'll have to look and see again which one I want to do. I've already got a Fender Champ and a Model 5C3 here, so I have to see what I want to do next. And once I decide, then I'll update you. But the bottom line here is I'm going to turn that old radio into a guitar amp with a, I think those things have a 10-inch speaker in them. So I'll put in a 10-inch speaker, and it'll be a nice combo amp that someone can use. And that's going to be my next project. I have all the parts. I don't need to buy any parts for that. I've got everything. I've got the sockets and the tubes and all the pieces, of course, capacitors and resistors and all that. And I think I have a spare board as well that I can use. So I won't have to buy anything for that one. I've already got it. And that's going to be my next project. So we'll start that series up as soon as I get everything together and take my time to plan out how I'm going to lay it out this time. Anyway, I appreciate everybody that stuck with me on this one and watched and commented and offered your advice. Always fun to do this stuff. And that's it for today, folks. Have a great day.